and welcome to Something Witchy, a Sabrina the Teenage Witch rewatch podcast. I'm Laura Cotter.
And I'm Sky Richard.
Are you feeling better, Sky?
I'm a bit better.
I've sat on my couch for the past 2 days straight in my pajamas. I was not as bad as you, but I was also like, if I can take a break, I'm going to take a break.
Still just a cold, or have you tested for anything?
I have tested for flu. I've tested for COVID 3 times. It is like just another cold sinus infection, stupid thing. So
stupid.
Sky sounds much better.
It's true. Apologies for my voice last week.
I mean, I think it added a special, little something.
Je ne sais quoi.
Our question this week: which breakfast food would you be addicted to?
My cheat answer is that I am addicted to black coffee. It is oftentimes my breakfast.
It's not a food.
I know, that's why I said it's a cheat answer. Love a sourdough toast.
Okay.
Or steak and eggs. Steak and eggs with sourdough toast. Just the full plate. Or a breakfast hamburger.
Breakfast hamburger.
I could have a hamburger patty for every single meal. Like, it could just be the patty, maybe an egg on top, tomato to the side, set.
Like a thick, juicy hamburger patty?
Yeah.
Well, you know what you
So there's
like.
like 10 different options. A draw out of a hat.
My breakfast, it like changes. Like I'll get into a rut for a while and then all of a sudden I'll be like, I hate this and I want something else. Like I've gone through waffles, I've gone through like Pop-Tarts, I've gone through bagels. Right now I'm on a English muffin kick. Okay, if I had money, I probably every single morning I would buy the Starbucks sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich.
I'm not a big fan of those. English muffins aren't my thing.
I like a good English muffin. And I generally go for like bread-based breakfast foods. I don't usually eat a ton of protein. So getting one of those sandwiches is a good way for me to get protein in the morning. But they're just too expensive to get very frequently. So those are a very seldom special treat.
Can has a sandwich as a treat.
Yep. Let's get into our episode. It is season 3, episode 5, Pancake Madness, which I know you've been looking forward to for all of 4 weeks.
I have.
Our TV guide description: Hilda and Zelda warn Sabrina not to eat pancakes because it seems that anyone in their family who eats pancakes becomes addicted to it. Sabrina ignores them and becomes hooked. Hilda finds herself sent back to the other realm because her immigration is not in order. Zelda helps Sabrina, but like anyone who gets addicted to something, needs time to dry out. But it's very difficult. Zelda goes to try to help Hilda, so Sabrina's all alone and is still craving pancakes. I feel like we let the 3rd grader back.
It's true. You're giving us too much. Like, tone it down.
Also, some of the sentences, like the full sentences, but it's very difficult. That sounds like something I wrote in the 4th grade in a book report. I don't know what's going on with these TV guide descriptions, but at least they give me something to talk about. Our streaming description: an addiction to pancakes threatens to send Sabrina's life spinning out of control.
Much better.
Yeah, streaming's much better. It originally aired October 23rd, 1998, but Hulu said it aired October 22nd, which was a Thursday. So Hulu is wrong.
Go home, Hulu. You're drunk on catnip.
Our IMDb is correct. Our director is Mark Sandrowski, who I could have sworn directed something we've already talked about, but he has not. He is probably most well known for The Big Bang Theory, also George and Mandy's First Marriage, United States of Al, and Wizards of Waverly Place. Sheldon Bull is returning as our writer, and only a few guest stars this time. First up is Dale Rowell as Mrs. Mapleton. You might know her from Blast from the Past, 7 Pounds, Friends, or Party of 5. Earl Michael Lindner is returning as Dr. Brickman. Brett Miller is our Mountie from Real Genius, The Omega Code, The Young and the Restless, and Little House on the Prairie. Sam Menning is our toothless guy. He's mostly done lighting for a lot, and I mean a lot, of adult entertainment.
Okay, Sam.
That does not sound like a job I'd want to do. He was also in some episodes of My Name is Earl, Gilmore Girls, ER, and Scrubs. And I'm also realizing we don't have a credit for our immigration enforcement officer. They didn't name him, so don't know who that was, but okay. I have a few little just trivia tidbits before I get into it. First of all, Melissa Joan Hart has said that this is one of her favorite episodes of Sabrina. I do like her acting in this, but okay. We have a little bit of a casting fun trivia. So Caroline Rhea is originally from Canada, which is kind of funny why they send her to basically the other realm version of Canada, probably why they chose that. And then our last one, and people talk about this all the time, in the very, very first episode in the pilot, Sabrina is eating pancakes that morning. And so everybody's like, well, maybe we can explain it because she hasn't come into her powers yet, doesn't come into her powers until later or the next day. So maybe it hasn't taken hold yet, but she has had pancakes at least once on camera.
Statistically, she's had pancakes growing up as well, so I think that theory holds.
I mean, her parents were together, so her dad could have just been like, we can't ever feed our child pancakes.
I don't know, she seems pretty familiar with them.
That's true, because she was like, you know what we never have in this house is pancakes.
You know what I craving, have a hankering for?
But now I also have pancakes after watching this.
Pancakes and Mai Tais.
I also just have not been eating slush. I've been eating very terribly for the past 3 days, so that might be part of it.
'Tis the season. I have some pancake trivia and our history. So pancakes, or the rudimentary versions of them at least, are some of humanity's oldest foodstuffs. Recent findings in the Shanidar cave complex in Iraq date a type of proto-pancake back 70,000 years. First written records of pancakes come from the ancient Greeks and Romans. Around 500 BCE, the Athenian poet Cratinus describes one as hot and shedding morning dew.
Okay, sure. I mean, I love that pancakes are so baked into our history as a human race. I would describe a pancake as hot, sure, but I don't know about the shedding morning dew part.
I'm sure it's more poetic in the ancient Greek.
Maybe I need to eat a pancake outside. Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe.
I've only ever had my pancakes indoors. Oh, I should ask this for our question. How do you feel about pancakes for dinner?
I like a good breakfast for dinner.
My mom, that's one of her go-tos, is like when she's like not feeling food, she's like, pancakes for dinner it is. What are your overall thoughts on this episode? Was it everything you hoped it'd be?
Oh, it was. New York's hottest club, Laura, is Pancake Madness. It's got everything. It's got pancakes. It's got syrup. It's got crazy. It's got Mounties. Get your way down to Pancake Madness as New York's hottest new nightclub.
It has humanoid syrup, not just any syrup. Humanoid syrup.
My bad. I think this might be my favorite episode to date, actually.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, I was not expecting that. I thought you might like it, but I enjoy it. I love the wackiness. I enjoy watching Melissa Joan Hart play crazy so much. And she does such a good job of like the jittery, like nail biting, crazy, unhinged. It's so fun. I love the Hilda storyline. I love Hilda being sent to Canada, Other Realm Canada. It's a really good episode. I think it's one of the more highly rated ones and more highly talked about. So glad we all enjoy it.
Controversial statement.
Yes.
This episode's musical number is better than Shake Your Family Wanny.
Oh, 100% agree.
Okay, cool.
100% agree. We're gonna, I have a note about that too. Yeah. In our cold open, Sabrina, Zelda, and Hilda are off to the movies in the other realm.
I love going to the movies in the other realm. We get to see next year's blockbusters before they're even made, says Sabrina. Those poor mortal actors, they actually think they have free will, chimes in Zelda.
And then I noticed that they're very dressed up for the movies. And I was like, does no one wear jeans in this family? And like literally in the next scene, there's jeans. I feel like they're always in skirts, and they're always in like kind of short skirts. They're very rarely in pants. There's 2 pairs of jeans in this episode. Hilda gets zapped when she tries to go through the linen closet. Nothing happens to Zelda and Sabrina, though, who still go to the movies without her. Salem asks if she wants to do each other's hair, but Hilda just walks off. Our outfit intro is a cave woman. She says, I think my dinosaur is double parked. And this is similar to season 2, episode 17, Equalizer, but she was a cave woman bride in that one. So, slight difference. Sabrina goes down to the kitchen in the morning and greets Salem.
Salem, you must be up early for your paper route. Look at Salem getting money by gainful means.
That would explain how he has money, though, because sometimes I'm like, where does this cat get money?
How he's able to throw the newspapers, who knows?
He can just put him in his little kitty mouth and like run him up to the porch and like, I don't know.
I thought you were about to say like fling his head. I was like, that's how you get whiplash.
That too. Sabrina zaps them both pancakes to eat.
You know what we never have at this house? Possums, says Salem. No pancakes, corrects Sabrina.
There's a few Salem lines in this where I'm like, was this just Nick ad-libbing? Like, I don't know how much of this was actually written into the script. Or do you think they went through a few different takes where Nick said various different items for breakfast? Sabrina is about to dig in when Hilda and Zelda come running in and stop her. And immediately Zelda is wearing jeans. They tell her she must never eat pancakes. No one in their family has ever been able to stop at just one. It's one of their family secrets, but not the family secret.
Not being able to eat pancakes is one of the darker and more frightening secrets, says Hilda. Wow, makes the whole Prince of Tides secret seem tame, snarks Sabrina. Prince of Tides is a novel by Pat Conway that tells the story of Tom Wingo, his sister Savannah, and the dark and violent past of the family into which they were born. It was adapted into a movie in 1991 in which Barbra Streisand both starred and directed.
Sounds like something I'd be into. I've been reading a lot of nonfiction lately, and I feel like that's got to stop.
I think this is based on quasi-true events.
That's okay.
Fake nonfiction.
Yeah, I'm reading Paper Girl right now by Beth Macy, and boy, is it depressing. And the other book I'm halfway through is Crying in H Mart, which is also depressing.
Oh, that one's on my list.
If you want like the paperback, I can let you borrow mine after I'm done with it, but I've cried twice now. Halfway through. All right, back to Sabrina. All Spellmans have a terrible weakness for pancakes, and if she has a bite, she won't be able to stop. She'll be hooked for life. And Hilda says it's only worse than being hooked on phonics. If you remember Jeopardy in the 90s, it was sponsored by Hooked on Phonics. And so like the Hooked on Phonics worked for me.
I like the snarky t-shirts that say, Hooked on Phonics done me good.
Yep. I actually looked into it. It still exists.
Oh.
People use it a lot in homeschooling. There's some debate on like how much they rely on sight words and whether or not that's actually like a good teaching method, but Hooked on Phonics does still exist. Sabrina says maybe she won't be affected because she's half mortal, but they can't take that chance, so Zelda casts a spell to stop Sabrina from conjuring pancakes. And that spell was awful. I was surprised you didn't write it down.
It was awful. It did actually end up having a rhyme. At first I was like, oh, this is phoning it in, but then it had a rhyme. Oh, discovery I made, showing that in 2026 there is still room to grow. I realized that instead of hitting pause on the show and like having to quickly pause at the point where it will still show me the captions on the screen, I can just look up the script online and copy paste what they say into our notes document. Like a whole new world has opened up to me.
I've been doing that for like a half season now.
Work smarter, not harder. I'm finally doing it.
I usually have the transcript pulled up while we're talking about the episode so I can quote verbatim. I don't even write it down. That's how lazy I am. I don't even do the Control C.
Control C, Control V.
Okay, so Zelda casts her really bad spell. Zelda's bad at, like, her spells are all awkward. Like, the one where she does the bone into Tootie is also really awkward.
Yeah, and the popular girl is not a fruit.
Potions are more Zelda's strong point. The aunts leave an incredulous Sabrina with Salem and his pancakes. She decides to ignore them and just try a little bite. She walks away saying she feels fine. This girl, 3 years now, we're on our 3rd year. She's not good at learning lessons.
And Salem is literally a voice of reason. Like normally he's like, yeah, do it. I want to see this chaos. But Salem's actually a good guy in this of like, every time you've gone against them, it's been bad. So look at Salem having some growth for this episode only.
And you know, when she first pops in the pancakes, he says, pancakes, you are mad. And I thought it was sarcasm at first, but like, maybe he was like, no, you're insane. Don't summon pancakes. I know what's going to happen to you.
Seen it before.
Been here. Done that.
He also rubs it into their face that he can have pancakes. And Zelda gives a very harsh, like, Salem's not family.
Salem would eat anything. So I don't think they're really jealous that Salem gets to eat the pancakes. Sabrina finds Harvey eating pancakes at school and she tries to take a bite, but he won't let her since it's the only hot breakfast he might get that week due to his mom's pregnancy. I love that Harvey's mom's pregnancy is now one of the storyline arcs for this season.
You gotta give Harvey something.
Sabrina just stares at the pancakes and tries again to take a bite, Harvey calls her a pancake fiend and leaves, throwing the container in the trash. Sabrina grabs the container out of the trash and starts eating as Libby and a friend walk in. Sabrina blames her aunts for putting this thought in her head and denies she's addicted, but attacks another boy with a styrofoam container. Unfortunately, it just has French toast. There's a new smile poster in the back that says, "Smile. It happens quickly, but the memory of it lasts a long time." That's a weird reason to smile, but okay. Also, how are there more posters every single episode? Granted, some of them have been cycled out. We haven't seen the penguins for a bit. We haven't seen some of the other old ones for the drugs one. But we're going to get to a point where every wall is just covered in posters. Zelda and Hilda are examining the linen closet portal, but can't find anything wrong with it.
We learn that Hilda has a plate in her head with no further details.
I mean, it makes sense. Zelda asks Hilda if she's done anything to anger the Witches' Council as they walk down the stairs. Hilda claims she's been an absolute peach, but suddenly witch law enforcement arrives. It's immigration. Someone in the house is living in the mortal realm illegally and hasn't filled out the proper paperwork. He has first Zelda, then Hilda read a sentence out loud.
We went out and about again and again in our Ford Falcon.
Zelda passes, but Hilda reads it with a Canadian accent. Are you now going to do it in Hilda's accent?
Oh, do we have Canadian listeners? Because I feel like...
Yes, we have a lot of Canadian listeners. They're the number 2 country after the U.S.
We went ooh and a boo again and again in our Ford Falcon.
And listenership just dropped.
I was peer pressured.
Hilda is arrested and Zelda chastises her for never filling out her paperwork to live in the mortal realm.
It was 200 years ago. I was too busy chopping wood and trying to keep Ben Franklin's hands off me.
Historically accurate.
I know. They actually got the time correct.
They take Hilda off to the northern part of the other realm where she came from.
Now, if I were witch immigration, I would just alter the magic on the linen closet so she goes through and she pops into the northern realm. Done. Surely they have that power.
Look. Sabrina keeps trying to lick Harvey's hands during class in case they have syrup on them. Miss Quick announces they need to come up with a fundraiser for the prom. Isn't the prom months away? Technically, we're still in the same school year as last season, so...
What month are we in currently, according to them?
I mean, based on what our next episode is, I would say we're in October.
So they're calling homecoming prom, probably. Or they're in such debt, they have to start collecting money now because they lost $600 last year on Libby.
It's going to be a really fancy prom. They need to start now. Libby offers to do her one-woman fashion show again. Harvey says they can raffle off a Cadillac, but doesn't actually know anyone who has one. Sabrina blurts out pancakes. Miss Quick turns it into a pancake breakfast fundraiser and loves the idea. Sabrina continues to twitch and drool. And that's the moment where I was like, I love Melissa Joan Hart like this. Hilda calls Zelda from the other realm. She's in some sort of Canadian saloon where bar fights are breaking out. Hilda yells for help, and Zelda promises she'll think of something. This is my note. I said, Sky, if you're really ambitious, look up the photos of the guys on the wall behind Hilda. Probably all famous Canadians.
And initially, I wrote below that, I'm not, but probably. And then I was like, oh. That's William Shatner with a glass shattering on his face. And then I did attempt Google Lens, and Google Lens was like, you're showing me a black and white photo of a man. And I was like, you are correct, Google Lens. And that's as far as we got.
My Google Lens called me out on how blurry it was. It was like, I can't work with this.
This is a black and white blurry photo. It looks like it's coming from a laptop.
I did citizen science this. I outsourced my labor on this one. I'm pretty sure the bottom left is Michael J. Fox. And I'm pretty sure the bottom right is Alan Thicke. I sent the last 2 pictures to my family and was like, who can name who these are? I think my dad got Lauren Green from Bonanza is the middle one. The top right one, we're still debating. It's either Monty Hall or Paul Inca, but not sure. So Canadian listeners, if you have not left us yet, and you can identify these, please let us know if I got any of them right or which ones they actually are, if you know.
I did actually go and check the Sabrina wiki and read it, and no one's identified any of them from what I could Google.
Yeah, no one cares about the Canadian famous dudes, I guess, like us. See, Canada, we are trying to spread your rich cultural heritage. My mom offered 2 suggestions. They were both Americans. And my dad was like, Michael Bublé? I'm like, in 1998, Dad. No, it's not Michael Bublé from 1998. Sabrina is tearing apart the kitchen looking for something that tastes like pancakes.
Ah, a maple cured ham. Ugh, stupid thing just tastes like ham.
Gross. Zelda greets her distracted while Sabrina puts syrup on an apple. Zelda is working on filling out forms to get Hilda out of the other realm.
I've got to fill in all these forms or your Aunt Hilda will be trapped in the other realm forever, which I know has its upside, but she is my sister after all.
Do you think Sabrina can eat waffles?
There's technically a slight change in the batter, correct? Waffle has like one more egg.
Would a waffle be like the nicotine patch for your pancake addiction? Like, I feel like it would scratch that itch. Zelda notices Sabrina giggling nervously with shaking hands. Sabrina quickly runs out of the kitchen, and the lobster oven mitts in the back are gone.
It's a good thing you got them for your birthday so you can have them in your life still.
They've been replaced by a stupid square lemon print oven mitt. It's really lame. Sabrina goes to the living room to watch TV, where every show happens to reference pancakes. She throws down the remote and runs out. Salem is wandering the house in the middle of the night.
Geez, I'm the only cat I know who has insomnia. Maybe it's that 22-hour nap I took today.
And finds Sabrina in the kitchen trying to make pancakes from scratch. She admits that she's hooked and begs Salem to help her.
I'll help you through this, Sabrina. There's no problem you and I can't solve together, except maybe world hunger, and war, and global warming. Maybe we can't solve this problem.
One more tangent.
Sure it's only one?
No, absolutely not. The Sudafed should have worn off by now. I was going to hypothesize that the Witches' Council knew that Sabrina was going to come live with her aunts, and that's why they gave Hilda Salem as like another kind of guiding force for Sabrina, but her mom would have been pregnant 20 years ago when Salem was being sentenced.
Yeah,
so
I was
never
gonna
mind.
say, Sabrina was not born in the 70s.
I mean, who says they can't tell the future?
Salem should have never happened then.
Maybe they needed to let Salem happen so he could be there for Sabrina to help her reach her full potential. Because you can't mess with the timeline.
Oh, one of the TV channels Sabrina flipped through was comparing pancakes to Hitler.
Oh, yeah, it was. I actually read about that dude because I was like, who is this guy? Rummler? So I looked it up because I was like, what is this referencing? It's a guy who was a Nazi. He was pretty high up in the Nazis. There's some debate about how Nazi-ish he was. And whether or not he was actually loyal to the Nazi party and the SS, or if he was only loyal to Hitler. But anyway, he eventually was part of a attempted assassination plot on Hitler and had the choice between committing suicide or going through a trial. And so he took a cyanide pill, and the Nazis then came out and said like, oh, how tragic, he died in an accident and he is still a national hero, and like gave him this big elaborate funeral.
I don't understand where pancakes come into that, but
Me either, but they did. You know, maybe Hitler liked a good pancake. Maybe he did not have enough pancakes. Maybe that was his problem.
One of the many problems.
Salem and Sabrina are at the lab top to brew up a syrup that will make her hate the taste of pancakes so she can take it to school tomorrow. A jittery Sabrina struggles to follow his instructions.
We find out the first ingredient is oyster juice, and I would also not want pancakes anymore if I had oyster juice syrup on them.
Is that the next Sky Eats things? Pancakes with oyster juice on them?
If you pay me
how much?
$50.
That's not unreasonable.
Just let me know, I guess. Already committed to that amount.
Okay, we will think about it. We'll see if we need the spike in viewership once the Canadians leave us. Maybe that will bring them back.
Say sorry.
Sabrina runs into Miss Quick in the cafeteria in the morning, who notices that Sabrina brought her own syrup. Sabrina sits down with Harvey, who got her an extra big stack of pancakes. As Sabrina starts to freak out, a cafeteria worker grabs her syrup off the table. Libby comes by and offers a pancake that fell on the floor and has a footprint on it. Sabrina greedily grabs it, and Libby says the amazing, "Ooh, squared," and I'm inserting that into my vocabulary. Sabrina goes to put her syrup on her pancakes, but it's gone. She sees a cafeteria worker put a tray of identical-looking syrup containers down, and they are immediately grabbed by students.
Or student who ends up with the oyster juice syrup. Such a bad day.
Sabrina starts to leave the cafeteria, but hears Libby complain that a pancake tastes awful. Sabrina figures Libby has her syrup and grabs a bite off her plate, but it's just blueberry pancakes. Sabrina can't stop herself from shoving the rest of the stack in her mouth, then runs around the cafeteria eating everyone's pancakes. Everyone stares at her. Zelda has finished filling out Hilda's immigration paperwork and gives them to a man on a hobby horse to deliver to the other realm. My note here says, cue discussion about hobby horse girls because it's been a minute.
I've already offended the Canadians. I'm sorry. I can't do two demographics in one episode. Salem asks, why do you still use the Pony Express? Zelda says, I got a coupon 150 years ago. Salem, he could have at least cleaned up after his horse. There are wood shavings everywhere.
Right after the Pony Express leaves, the toaster pops up with mail. It says Zelda will get a response in 5 to 10 working years. Zelda decides to take matters into her own hands, but just then the doorbell rings repeatedly, with Sabrina calling for help. Zelda opens the door to find a very round, literally, Sabrina. Zelda knows what happened. Zelda helps Sabrina squeeze through the door. Dr. Brickman is examining Sabrina in the living room and asks her how many pancakes she ate, but she lost count after the first 500. Dr. Brickman first pokes her to deflate her and get back to normal size. Sabrina is relieved and pulls a pancake out of her back pocket, but Dr. Brickman grabs it from her. Sabrina has to go cold turkey. Sabrina tries to run out to go to Howard Johnson's, but Zelda grabs her.
Howard Johnson's, or Hojo's, was an American roadside restaurant chain which first opened near Boston in 1925. Famous for its orange roofs, 28 flavors of ice cream, fried clams, and classic dinner fare. It peaked in the 60s and 70s as the largest chain, however struggled to keep up with fast food competition, and the last location closed in 2022. Thanks, COVID.
I 100%, until I read this, have always thought Howard Johnson's was a hotel chain.
It is also a Wyndham-owned hotel chain.
Okay, so I'm not insane.
Not in this regard.
Are they two separate things, or is like the restaurant in the hotel?
They're two separate things.
So they're just two different entities, both called Howard Johnson's.
Correct.
That is so confusing. I don't like that.
Oh, also, tangent, my turn. You can't have Waffles as a Spellman because season 1, Salem and Hilda are eating all those frozen waffles to try and win that competition.
Although, are they eating them or are they just looking through the boxes?
Thought they were eating them. It was eons ago.
It was so long ago. We were so young.
Babies.
Zelda tells Sabrina she has to stay in her room. It could take a few hours or a few days to detox. Zelda leaves Salem in charge of watching Sabrina while she goes to the other realm to rescue Hilda. And Zelda says, Salem, do you know where to call if anything happens? And Salem goes, the money store?
The money store's still around.
Wait, the money store's a thing?
Yeah, it would like cash checks and
Oh my
do
gosh.
money advances.
I thought it was Salem just being silly and just like making up words. I didn't know the money store is a thing.
Found that out, I think, because of the Sabrina wiki, actually, while I was looking for Canadians.
Okay. The money store then. Learn something new. I learned like 5 new things in this episode. Zelda comforts Sabrina and says she went through the same pancake detox years ago. Zelda leaves and Sabrina decides to keep herself busy to make the time go by faster. We get a montage. Sabrina reading a magazine and 1 minute passes. Then she starts to organize her closet and 5 minutes pass. She finishes organizing her closet and it's another 5 minutes. Salem reads a book and falls asleep. Oh, I didn't see what the book was that he was reading. There was definitely like a clear title, but I missed it. Sabrina's entire room is clean and 2 minutes have passed. Sabrina moves her bed to clean under it and finds that somehow she's gone back in time. So she hurls the clock out the window.
Aldrin Watch 2026. We have a notebook now in the cauldron along with the pens.
How big is the notebook? Like it is one of those tiny like flip ones?
Not flip, but as like a smaller bound one.
Also, for some reason, the clock radio that freaking everybody had in the 90s, it has some like really big fake gems glued onto it, and I don't know why. But they look like the same gems from the magic book.
That rogue prop person with a bedazzler is just so bored of making posters.
Yeah.
That's all they get to change up.
I was like, maybe they covered up like a logo or something like that, but it was still really random. Zelda arrives at the saloon and Hilda is happy to see her, but Zelda doesn't have her papers. They're going to have to sneak across the border. Hilda worries about the dangers, but it's better than staying there. Sabrina is tossing and turning, dreaming of pancakes. She wakes up and hears noise. She opens her bedroom door to find a pancakes party in the hallway at high school. Everyone is dancing and singing a song about pancakes. Amazing song, first of all, amazing song. I did actually look it up because I'm like, this sounds like maybe a song from the olden days. It's not, but there is a song about pancakes on the griddle, and it's John Denver's Thank God I'm a Country Boy. He says pancakes on the griddle multiple times in that one.
Interesting. Insert song here.
The answer to the riddle is cakes on the griddle.
That's right. Yes to the riddle is cakes on the griddle. That's right. Yes to the riddle is cakes on the griddle. That's right. Yes to the riddle is cakes on the griddle. That's right. Yes to the riddle.
Sabrina freaks out and runs away screaming. Sabrina wakes up, but finds Salem has turned into a giant stack of pancakes, and there's a humanoid syrup bottle named Mrs. Mapleton in her room. Mrs. Mapleton offers to take Sabrina somewhere she can be safe and happy, but Sabrina doesn't know if she can trust her. Clearly, Mrs. Mapleton is a stand-in for Mrs. Butterworth. Mrs. Mapleton takes Sabrina to the International Pancake House. Everyone is there because they love pancakes. But Sabrina doesn't want to be there. She forgot all about her friends and family and only cared about pancakes. But Mrs. Mapleton tries to convince her to stay and just eat pancakes.
Friends hurt you. Friends cancel plans. Pancakes don't. They smell delicious. Why not take just one little bite?
Sabrina sits at a table and stares at the pancakes. She starts to give in. Zelda and Hilda arrive at the border, but are stopped by a Mountie. And that set looked very similar to the wood set that was used in Suspicious Minds, and I think it might be the same one. He has to ask them questions about the mortal realm to prove they live there. First question, what are the names of the three Hanson brothers? And at first I wanted to hide these from you somehow and text you and ask you them, but I didn't. So you don't have to answer these because I couldn't answer the three names of the Hanson brothers either at this stage in my life. So the three names of the Hanson brothers. Zelda doesn't know, but Hilda does. Oh, I didn't write them down. What are the names of the three Hanson brothers, Sky?
Hanson 1, 2, and 3.
I know there's a Zach, Isaac, and Joshua. Nope, Isaac, Taylor, and Zach. Who is this Joshua? There is a Canadian punk band called the Hanson Brothers as well. The second question, what actor from Marcus Welby just married Barbara Streisand? Zelda guesses Robert Young, but Hilda correctly says James Brolin. Third question, sports. Who's the best? Hilda interrupts by yelling Michael Jordan. The Mountie tells Hilda she can go, but not Zelda. She didn't answer one question correctly. There's no way she lives in the mortal realm.
But I do. I know who wrote Pride and Prejudice. I know who discovered the uranium isotope. Mountie interrupts. Nobody in the mortal realm knows those things.
The Mountie takes Zelda away, and Hilda yells at her to go to the bar and wait for her. All the customers at the pancake house are converging on Sabrina with plates of pancakes, chanting, "Eat, eat." She twitches and stresses until she's awoken by Hilda. Sabrina asks if it's over, but there's only one way to be sure. Hilda takes Sabrina to the kitchen and puts a plate of pancakes in front of her. Sabrina successfully pushes them away, but she still wants them. She realizes she's just going to have to take it one day at a time. Sabrina decides to put her life back together and is off to the mall, but Hilda stops her to give her a Zelda-esque parental lecture. Sabrina stops her, though, saying she knows she should trust her aunts and listen to their advice, and it's easier to solve problems when she asks for help, and she always knows that her family is there for her.
Man, I'm good, says Hilda.
Just then, they hear Zelda yelling from upstairs. They run upstairs to find Zelda shoving the linen closet door shut against a snowstorm. She escaped. She was in the saloon where they were watching sports when Zelda switched the channel to ballet. Next thing she knew, she was being tossed across the border. But Zelda is happy to see that Hilda managed to at least help Sabrina. Sabrina is grateful it's all over and she's not hallucinating anymore. Just then, Mrs. Mapleton walks down the hall and Sabrina greets her, but no one else can see her. Sabrina faints. In our end tag, Salem is in the saloon drunkenly talking to the old bartender. Sabrina arrives to yell at him about his catnip problem and takes him home.
Salem is drinking catnip Mai Tais, which catnip you can have in small doses, so guess what we can make?
Beverage corner!
Beverage corner catnip Mai Tais, literally.
Man, I can't wait until January 2027 when I post this video.
And then catnip drunk Salem thinks his mother was a saint, not is a saint.
Well, it's been a minute since we've seen Mrs. Saberhagen. Maybe she's died. All right, that is our episode. Any last thoughts, Sky?
What an episode.
What if we did Beverage Corner for the cats?
You don't want to try catnip?
I mean, I will try a virgin catnip Mai Tai, which probably means catnip in water or Sprite for me. But also, I think it'd be funny to make a little kitty catnip Mai Tai.
I mean, we can have both.
We'll do all of the above Beverage Corners. All right, Sky, are you ready for your part of the episode?
I sure am.
What's your new title?
No new title. This
What?
is the perfect title for this episode.
All right.
No notes.
Well, good to see you finally have been satisfied.
One and only time, probably.
Okay, then what's your guess for the family secret? Because now we know it's not an addiction to pancakes. Does that narrow it down for you?
So much. We know it's about Spellman's because we had a man with ABC on it. Can't have pancakes. Already said they have 6 toes. They're insane. Have hearing problems. They're addicts.
That's it. They're just addicts. They're addicted to multiple things.
They're addicted to life. They're like succubi, except for not like the sexual succubi.
Asexual succubi.
Asexual succubi. Sucking up that magic. They're vampires, but they drink magic because they have addictions. And only magic can quench it.
You just keep trying to shove vampires into this.
It's like my favorite show is about vampires or something. And we're watching Sabrina.
Oh, man. All right. Well, our next episode, to see if we learn anything more about the family secret and how close Sky's guess might
The family succubi.
It's season 3, episode 6, Goodwill Haunting. Guy, what do you think it's about?
So it's gonna be our spooky season episode.
Yep.
We made it back to Halloween somehow. There is going to be a literal ghost haunting Sabrina, and his name is Will. And he's actually a good ghost, sort of like Casper. Thus we get the title Goodwill Haunting, as a pun on Goodwill Hunting.
I predict you will like this episode.
Yay.
We have a good cast of guest stars. It's a good guest star episode.
Nice.
Well, until next time, please like, share, rate, and subscribe to this podcast. You can email us at somethingwitchypod@gmail.com. And one of my New Year's resolutions is to be better at reading and responding to emails. You can follow us on Instagram at somethingwitchypod. And again, another New Year's resolution is to have 200 of you following us by the end of the year.
You can help us with Laura's goals.
Yeah. I mean, you guys did a great job of getting us to the 100 mark last year for my goal check off. So I believe in us. We can do it. And you can follow us on TikTok at something.witchy.pod. And Sky maybe has uploaded some new videos to TikTok. Nope. But they may be coming soon.
By the time you listen to this.
There will be some videos on TikTok. At that point, they may be a little bit old, but that's okay.
I mean, they're already a year plus old because of Laura, so don't go blaming me for your inadequacies.
Rude. We're done. We're breaking up.
There are 2 of us high on Sudafed here, and we have very different personalities.
Oh, man. Until next time. It's your line.
I thought you were going to say like, follow. You say until next time twice in this. Do you realize that? And half the time I'm ready. Okay.
Well, if I say it twice and half the time you're ready, that means you're ready for the second time I say it. Math.
I almost interrupt you so many times. Anyways, until next time, stay magical.